estoy escuchando ruidos medio raros.
A chilling new video has been making the rounds online, allegedly filmed deep in a secluded forest in Mexico. The clip shows a bizarre, tiny winged figure, humanoid in shape, fluttering wildly in front of the camera before disappearing into the trees. Though the footage is grainy, it's ignited fierce debate among cryptid enthusiasts and folklorists. Some argue it could be the most convincing modern evidence of the legendary duende, or perhaps a local take on the fairy myth. Skeptics, however, insist it's nothing more than clever editing, or maybe even just an insect caught at the right angle. Still, countless viewers admit the same thing. Watching it leaves you with a deeply unsettling feeling, as if you've glimpsed something never meant for human eyes. Deep in the woods, something massive was caught moving between the trees, and no one can quite explain what it is. At first glance, it looks like no ordinary animal we've ever seen before. Some believe it could be a rare species that's managed to stay hidden from science, while others are convinced it might be a cryptid straight out of folklore. But then again, could it be something else entirely? The footage leaves more questions than answers, and the longer you watch, the stranger it seems. Take a close look and decide for yourself, what do you think was wandering through the forest that day? On March 5th, 2025, two couples set out for what was supposed to be an ordinary hike through a quiet mountain clearing in Colorado. They had walked this trail many times before, but on this day, something felt off, like the air itself was holding its breath. As they made their way deeper into the woods, an unsettling sound broke the silence. Heavy, deliberate footsteps echoed through the trees, accompanied by strange, guttural gibberish. No words they could recognize. The hikers froze, scanning the trail ahead. That's when they saw it. A massive figure, tall and hunched, emerged just a few yards away. Its movements were slow but purposeful, and before fear could take over, one of the hikers managed to snap a quick photo. Hours later, the image surfaced online through the account SquatchWatch1, instantly sparking debate. The photo revealed something chilling. The creature's arms were far longer than human proportions, hanging well past its knees, giving it an almost unnatural silhouette. To cryptid enthusiasts, this detail was impossible to ignore. Colorado has a long history of alleged Bigfoot encounters, but many blurry photos and shaky videos have left skeptics with plenty of doubt. This time, however, experts are saying the image could be one of the clearest, most compelling pieces of evidence ever captured of the legendary creature. Was this just another trick of light and shadow? Or did those hikers stumble upon something that has eluded mankind for generations? Deep underground, hidden in the cold silence of a cave, there was something no one expected to see. A figure, frozen in place, kneeling, almost like it was begging for mercy. At first glance, it didn't look like a statue at all. It looked alive. Nearly as if a real person had been turned to stone in that exact moment. Some explorers who stumbled across it couldn't shake the feeling that they weren't looking at art, but a body petrified by time. Could it have been some ancient ritual? Or maybe a punishment from long ago, preserved in stone forever? What made it even stranger was the location. This wasn't a temple, or a museum, or anywhere you'd expect a statue. It was buried deep inside a dark, damp cave where hardly anyone ever goes. So why was it there? Did someone drag it down to hide it? Or could the cave itself have swallowed a person whole, sealing their last desperate plea into eternity? Its hands pressed together, its head bowed low. The air turns heavier, colder, and you can't help but wonder if it's watching, waiting. Some people think it's just a sculpture carved long ago and abandoned, but others, Others believe caves hold secrets we don't fully understand. Maybe it wasn't made. Maybe it was once living, a warning, trapped forever, for anyone who dares to enter. So here's the question. What do you think? Was this simply a statue left behind? Or was someone frozen in stone inside that cave? While hiking in a forest, this person stumbled upon something chilling. There's a massive 10-foot-tall Grim Reaper carved right into a living tree. The detail is mind-blowing. Every fold in the robes, the mysterious hooded face. It looks so real, it's almost scary. But wait, it gets better. This isn't just one carving. There are more creature sculptures hidden throughout these woods. Someone has been secretly creating an amazing outdoor art gallery. The coolest part? All the trees are still alive and growing around the carvings. That takes serious artistic skill. While trekking through the dense woods of Monroe, Utah, a lone hiker stumbled upon something he never expected. Off in the distance, his camera caught a towering fur-covered figure moving silently between the trees, only to vanish in an instant. At first, he brushed it off, unsure of what his eyes had just seen. But once he reviewed the footage at home, the chilling realization set in. He had captured the entire encounter on film. The question is, did he record undeniable proof of Bigfoot? Or was it nothing more than someone in a costume trying to stir up attention? A mother's heart races as she senses a dark, menacing presence lurking close by. Grabbing her child, she dashes to safety, but instead of fleeing, her fear turns into fierce courage. She storms back, hurling stones at the shadowy figure, refusing to let anything threaten her family. The grow heavy with a strange, chilling sound echoing from the unknown. But what is it? Could it be an elf, a creature said to dwell deep within the mountains, silently watching from the shadows? Or perhaps something far more sinister, a jinn, a supernatural being born of darkness beyond the grasp of human understanding? While walking, this person heard a strange noise rising from a sewer. Curious, they began recording, not noticing anything unusual until later. When the footage was reviewed, a figure appeared in the shadows. Was it just a person hiding? Or something far more sinister? Some say it looked like a ghost. Others believe it was a jinn, or maybe something even darker. The question is, what do you see? A man went camping with his friends when they realized something or someone was stalking them in the woods. At night, they couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Strange noises circled their camp, and by morning, they found fresh footprints near their tents, with some of their gear mysteriously missing. Determined to find answers, The man launched his drone and switched on the thermal camera. Sure enough, a figure appeared, moving through the trees, keeping its distance. He followed it closely until the figure suddenly stopped. Switching the drone to normal vision, he expected to finally see who or what had been trailing them. But it wasn't a person at all. Standing perfectly still was a deer. Only, something about it felt wrong. The group was shaken to its core. Could it have been a shape-shifting Bigfoot? A skinwalker hiding in plain sight? Or something even darker? A Reddit user recently shared a wild story about his uncle in Colorado, who owns a sprawling 20 to 30 acre property. The uncle had sent their grandmother a photo he claimed might be actual proof of Bigfoot lurking on the land. Naturally, the user wasn't sold, especially with AI-generated images flooding the internet these days. When they asked the community for second opinions, most people pointed out that the figure looked suspiciously like a cardboard Bigfoot cutout. Honestly, I have to agree. The shot feels just a little too perfect to be the real deal. In May 2025, something chilling was caught on camera near the High River in Colorado. Several bystanders filmed what appeared to be a massive, shadowy figure moving through the wilderness.
That's really light.
The creature was tall, covered in hair, and its movement seemed unnatural, almost too fluid to be human. Now, the footage has everyone talking. Was this the long-awaited proof of Bigfoot, or just another trick of the eyes? Could the legendary creature be roaming the forests of Colorado? This person was exploring an old abandoned building deep in the forest. The place was dark, broken, and completely silent. While looking around, the explorer suddenly heard a child's voice calling out. But here's the scary part. No one else was there.
En donde pasó este percance. Y es que las personas que viven cerca, a raíz de que pasó este suceso, decidieron irse del lugar. Pero hay personas que a veces pasan cerca de esta casa y escuchan a un niño llorar justamente viniendo de esta casa, como si estuviese aquí todavía. Pero como pueden darse cuenta, está completamente abandonada. Estoy escuchando ruidos medio raros. Hola. Uy. Algo. Como si vinieran aquí. Es mi idea o se mira como si estuviera alguien aquí parado, miren.
Some say it could have been a mimic, a creature that copies voices to trick people. Others think it was just the building playing tricks on the mind. Either way, the person didn't wait to find out and left fast, feeling like something was still watching from inside. While trekking deep into a remote U.S. forest, a group of hikers couldn't shake the feeling that something, or someone, was watching them. Out of caution, they pulled out a camera to document their surroundings. That's when it happened. From the thick brush, a towering, ape-like figure covered in dark orangish hair suddenly lunged into view, sending the hikers scrambling in fear. But the encounter didn't end there. Later, they managed to capture more footage of the same creature, this time slipping quietly back into the woods. Strangely enough, instead of fleeing, the hikers decided to follow. The closer they looked, the more the hair seemed to move naturally, hugging the creature's muscles in a way that didn't look like a costume. Still, there's something about the footage that doesn't feel entirely authentic. Could it be real, or just another elaborate hoax? While hiking through the forest, someone came across something straight out of a horror movie. Leaning against a tree, high up in the mountains, were the skeletal remains of what looked like a deer or similar animal. But here's the strange part. It wasn't just lying on the ground. the way you'd expect. No. This skeleton had been carefully propped upright against the trunk of a tree, almost as if someone or something wanted it to be seen. Just imagine walking alone, the air crisp, snow still clinging to the ground, when suddenly you turn your head and see bones staring back at you, ribs stretched wide, skull tilted downward as if it's watching. That sight alone is enough to freeze anyone in their tracks. But the bigger question is, why was it put there? Was this simply nature at work, the remains stuck in place as time went on? Or could it have been placed deliberately as some kind of warning, maybe to keep people away or mark territory in the most unsettling way possible? A Reddit user was at home when he spotted this bright, almost blinding light shining in the backyard of this person's home. At first, it just looked like a glare, nothing unusual. But when you slow it down and focus, you'll notice something eerie. Right there, in the center of that light, there's a shadowy figure, standing completely still and not moving, just watching. The question is, who or what was standing in that light? Was it human? Something else? Or maybe something that wasn't supposed to be there at all? A Reddit user checked their Blink camera footage from the previous night, and what they found was chilling. In every frame, this person just wanted to review a quiet night in their backyard. But when the red truck drives into view and the screen darkens, something strange happens. Look closely. A shadowy figure appears, then vanishes almost instantly. Who or what was that? Was it just a trick of the light, or something far more unsettling? This person was out hiking with their partner at Blue River in Kentucky. It was just a peaceful day, and at the end of the trail, they snapped a quick photo. But when they looked back at it, something was off. There's only supposed to be one person in the picture, the one on the right. So who or what is that on the left? The weirdest part? The two legs in the middle seem to share just 1 foot. Yeah, 1 foot between them. This could have been a camera glitch, sure, but something about it feels off. It looks way too real. Was it a doppelganger? Something paranormal? Either way, this person hasn't looked at hiking photos the same way since. While hiking through a ravine with their dog, enjoying the quiet, until they heard something that made them stop cold. These chilling sounds were coming from a gutter nearby. Low, strange noises echoing from the dark. It sounded so creepy, like something or someone was hiding down there. Who or what was making that sound? He wasn't about to stick around to find out. This eerie photo was snapped by a Reddit user during a hike along the Limekiln Trail in Snohomish County, Washington. Built as a railway in the early 1890s and abandoned in 1932, the trail is steeped in forgotten history. But here's where it gets chilling. This person didn't notice anything unusual at first, until they looked closer. If you zoom in, you'll see it too. What appears to be a ghostly face with a white beard peering through the trees. Could it be a spirit from the past? Just a weathered rock? Or maybe, just maybe, a trick of the light? What did this hiker capture that day? Deep in the heart of a dark, overgrown forest, someone set up a trail camera to catch glimpses of wildlife. But what the footage captured was far from ordinary. In one eerie frame, a woman in a flowing white dress appeared, standing still, staring straight into the lens. Stranger still, she seemed to have antlers growing from her head. Then, just 40 minutes later, she was gone, vanished without a trace. If this happened, it's the stuff of nightmares. But something about the photo feels off. Too cinematic. Too perfect. Maybe it was staged, or maybe we just weren't meant to understand what we saw. He just wanted a peaceful night at the beach, waves crashing, moonlight dancing on the water. But when he pulled out his phone to record the ocean, he captured something he'll never forget. A chilling figure sitting alone by the shore. It wasn't human, and it wasn't an animal. To this day, he has no idea what he saw. But one thing's for sure, he'll never return to the beach at night again. Reddit user Burlapin recently posted chilling footage from deep inside a mine. The clip shows timber beams holding up the roof, an old-school support system still trusted in some operations. Suddenly, the tension builds. Then, a dramatic shift. Unlike steel or concrete, timber has a unique trait. It creaks and groans under pressure, acting as a natural warning system for miners.
Always fucking face and hold it up.
This eerie sound gave everyone just enough time to react. Thanks to those creaks, no one was hurt when the collapse began. Late one night, a man snapped a photo near the Rivier Tunnel in St. Clementine. But what he discovered later sent chills down his spine. When he reviewed the image, he spotted a ghostly figure lurking in the shadows. According to the Redditor who posted it, the photo is completely unedited. Since then, the eerie silhouette has sparked intense debate online. Some insist it's just a play of light and shadow, while others are convinced it's something far more sinister, possibly paranormal. While exploring a dark, winding cave, he suddenly heard a strange echoing noise. That's when he saw it. A gut-churning, eerie creature. It looked almost human, but something was deeply wrong. Just one glimpse of it is enough to keep you up at night. During a family gathering, Stepanka was casually scrolling through her home's CCTV feed when something chilling caught her eye outside.
And I put it up on my Instagram and I was like, guys, like, what do you think this is? And everybody's like, that's a ghost, that's a ghost. Like, everyone's like, that's a full-on fucking apparition. That is like, that's not a blob. That's not a little light thing. It's a full apparition of a ghost. And I'm just like, right, it is. I'm not fucking crazy.
What she captured was haunting. A figure standing eerily still. Until, within seconds, it morphed into a floating, solid white form, ghostly and unmistakably out of place. Skeptical but intrigued, Stanka tried everything to recreate the scene under the same lighting and conditions. Nothing worked. To this day, the footage remains unexplained, and so does the ghostly figure that appeared that night. A chilling video released by the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office shows the terrifying moment a woman was nearly kidnapped. Thankfully, she managed to escape. But the question remains, was the suspect ever caught? Since the footage dropped, there's been no official update. As this person was casually walking by, they happened to glance up, and what they captured is nothing short of chilling. Perched silently on a nearby rooftop, almost blending into the shadows, was what appeared to be a reptilian creature. It didn't move. It didn't speak. It just stood there, watching. While the world below bustled with people going about their day, completely unaware, this mysterious figure kept its gaze fixed, observing everything in silence. What began as a beautiful sunlit day at Lake Tahoe took a deadly turn. Within just 10 minutes, a sudden and violent snowstorm engulfed the lake, transforming clear skies into a blinding whiteout. 8 lives were tragically lost that day. But the most chilling part? Guests in cabin 19 at Cedar Glen Lodge captured the storm on video and spotted something they weren't expecting. Amid the swirling snow, a dark shadow streaked by at an unnaturally fast speed. Was it a spirit caught on camera? Or is there a more logical explanation? You decide. Reddit user Kind and a friend were enjoying a peaceful evening at a local lake park around 8 p.m. when things took an eerie turn. While casually snapping photos, one of them suddenly noticed a strange, floating shape appear on the screen. The odd part? There was no one else around, and the area was completely fenced off. Was it just a trick of the light, a camera glitch, or something more chilling, like an apparition drifting through the night? You're not going to believe what these fishermen from Yuka, Russia, stumbled upon. While casting their lines along a remote riverbank, they uncovered something straight out of the Ice Age, massive mammoth tusks buried beneath the mud.
Wala. Hidden. Wala. Wala. What narangan ito? Wala. Gyon kila ba? Wala. Huh?
In this part of Russia, it's not uncommon for locals to scour riverbanks, hoping to strike it rich. Why? Because mammoth tusks are worth a fortune. Nature sometimes reveals these prehistoric treasures when you least expect it. A man set out to explore a series of cabins deep in the woods, rumored to be abandoned. Everything was quiet, almost too quiet, until something shifted behind one of the upper windows.
Yo. You see movement then? Yeah. Move the light. Yo. Yo. The fuck is that? Yo.
At first glance, there was nothing. But as their flashlights moved away, a pale figure briefly peeked out from behind a curtain. At first, he brushed it off, thinking it was just a squatter. But later, when he reviewed the footage, chills ran down his spine. The figure had no face. Its skin was unnaturally pale, like it hadn't seen sunlight in years. That was all he needed to see. He didn't wait around for a second encounter. Whatever was inside that cabin wasn't human. While hiking along an old railway trail, this person stumbled upon something truly unexpected.
Look what I found.
Any ideas? Who might live in there? I think there's more. It's a little tunnel. This is cute.
A tiny wooden door tucked neatly into the base of a tree. At first glance, it looked like it might have been made for ants or some other small woodland creatures. But the more you look at it, the more you start to wonder, was it just a whimsical decoration? Or could there be something else, something mysterious, living behind that miniature door? While hiking through the wilderness, he stumbled upon a cave, and curiosity got the better of him. As he cautiously explored its winding passages, something suddenly caught his eye.
It's over here. Holy shit. You okay there, bud?
Just a few feet ahead, looming in the shadows, was a massive, unmoving figure, a hibernating bear. The sheer size of the beast made his heart pound, but it didn't budge. It slept on, completely unaware of the intruder in its den. Holding his breath, the hiker slowly backed away, thankful for the rare encounter that ended without a roar or a chase. While hiking through a ravine with his dog, a man suddenly heard eerie noises echoing from a nearby gutter. Curious yet unsettled, he pulled out his phone and began recording. The distorted sound sent a chill down his spine. Fighting the urge to investigate, he chose instead to put distance between himself and the unsettling whispers. Hours later, when he returned to the same spot, the noises had vanished, replaced by an eerie, unnatural silence. In 2022, a Reddit user stumbled upon something bizarre deep inside a cave in Estonia. An eerie altar surrounded by everyday household items and colorful flags. The discovery sparked a wave of theories online. Some were convinced it was tied to dark magic or occult rituals, while others believed it could be a tranquil meditation spot. The flags resembled Buddhist prayer flags, which added to the mystery, especially since the cave is in Europe, far from Southeast Asia, where such practices are more common. These hikers were out on an adventure, searching for caves to explore, when they stumbled upon a small hole in the ground. Curiosity got the best of them, and they decided to take a closer look.
It's stuck.
Here, the helmet gets stuck. Yeah.
I'm gonna hand this down to you.
Yes.
Nicely done, kid.
Good book. Yes.
Here.
Right here, go for it. Nice. And then look.
Yeah, look back up.
Yay!
With some teamwork, one of the hikers handed down a helmet, and the others followed carefully. The girl went in first to scout the cave, and luckily, it wasn't too deep, just big enough to explore. But while getting in was challenging, how they managed to climb back out remains a bit of a mystery. Reddit user Burlapin recently posted chilling footage from deep inside a mine. The clip shows timber beams holding up the roof, an old-school support system still trusted in some operations. Suddenly, the tension builds. Then, a dramatic shift. Unlike steel or concrete, timber has a unique trait. It creaks and groans under pressure, acting as a natural warning system for miners.
Always nothing faces holding it up.
This eerie sound gave everyone just enough time to react. Thanks to those creaks, no one was hurt when the collapse began. Late one night, a man snapped a photo near the Riviera Tunnel in St. Clementine, but what he discovered later sent chills down his spine. When he reviewed the image, he spotted a ghostly figure lurking in the shadows. According to the Redditor who posted it, the photo is completely unedited. Since then, the eerie silhouette has sparked intense debate online. Some insist it's just a play of light and shadow, while others are convinced it's something far more sinister, possibly paranormal. While hiking through a remote area, this adventurer stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare or a nature lover's dream, depending on how you look at it.
This would probably be someone's worst nightmare, but I think this is incredibly cool. So cool. Look at these walls. Absolutely covered, and I'm about to crawl through there to look for a snake.
Deep inside a shadowy cave, the walls looked like they were stained with soot. But as they got closer, they realized it wasn't soot at all. It was alive. The dark patches were swarming clusters of spiders clinging to every surface. And instead of turning back, this brave soul decided to crawl even deeper, all in search of a snake. It's a chilling yet awe-inspiring sight, making the cave feel like a scene from a horror movie or a hidden wonder of the wild. Finally, with one last tug, they managed to yank him out just before things turned tragic. A close call, and a terrifying reminder of how quickly caving can go from thrilling to life-threatening. Frances and her husband were invited to a bonfire next door, a lively night filled with laughter, drinks, and stories under the stars. Everything felt perfectly normal, until midnight. Frances decided to snap a quick photo of the roaring blaze, an 80-foot inferno lighting up the night sky. But when she looked back at the picture, her heart skipped a beat. There, in the center of the flames, was something no one could explain. A face, clear as day, staring right back at her from inside the fire. Could it be an apparition? Frances showed the photo to her husband and others at the bonfire. Reactions ranged from stunned silence to nervous laughter. But this person couldn't shake the feeling that something or someone was watching. She hasn't looked at fire the same way since. You be the judge. Is it just a trick of the light, or something far more chilling? A team of daring explorers ventures deep into a mysterious cave, finally getting the chance to navigate a passage that's usually submerged underwater. As they press forward, the cave narrows with each step, and tension rises. They begin to voice their fears, injuries, disorientation, and the creeping thought of getting lost in the dark. Eventually, they reach the flooded passage.
Oh God, my feet are already wet. My butt's wet. This
is a bad one.
Oh God.
This is a really bad one.
I think we'll be okay, but here's the deal.
Can you bring your bag?
Ooh, it's cold.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm coming.
Oh, okay. Go. That.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we're gonna push this wide passage and
The water is icy cold, but luckily, there's just enough room above the surface to breathe. With steady determination, they push onward, but the challenges only grow tougher. Confusion sets in, but they rely on earlier markers, a rule of thumb they call right is right. Despite the eerie silence and uncertain turns, they remain composed.
he doesn't go in the water anymore, but I think we're gonna follow him. Let's go. All right, listen.
Uh-huh.
You keep going. You're doing great. I'm right behind you.
Oh, that's a near dipper. That is a near dipper.
The sound of the water is coming from.
That is.
That was so rough.
You got it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The helmet kept falling down on my face.
After what feels like an eternity underground, crawling, swimming, and navigating the unknown, they finally emerge from the cave, cold, exhausted, but safe. While hiking through a dense forest, a Reddit user stumbled upon a mysterious cave, but what he found inside was truly bizarre. Scattered across the cave floor were strange stones, each one etched with faces that eerily resembled monkeys. The carvings looked ancient, as if they'd been crafted by a forgotten civilization or an unknown artist lost to time. No one knows where these stones came from, or why they were hidden in that cave. A group of explorers stumbled upon an old abandoned mine shaft deep in the wilderness. As they approached, eerie screeching noises echoed from within, sending chills down their spines. Curiosity got the best of them, and they decided to investigate. But as they peered into the darkness, their camera captured something terrifying.
So obviously there's some danger hidden in there, whether it's from falling rocks or somebody knows something about what's in there. So here he's trying to set himself up to look in there, but it's extremely dark. And here we go. Boop, eyeballs. Now it's extremely hard to see with his phone. This time slowed down and enhanced. And there it is.
A tall, slender figure lurking just beyond the light. What is this thing hiding in the depths of the mine? And more importantly, how did it get there? While exploring a remote cave in Georgia this past Friday, this person had no idea what was lurking in the shadows. Armed with nothing but a GoPro and a sense of adventure, this person descended deep into the earth, navigating through narrow tunnels and echoing chambers. Everything felt normal, silent, still, until the footage was reviewed. That's when things got strange.
The mud just broke off as I left.
Buried in the audio was a clear, blood-chilling scream, one this person never heard in real time. It wasn't a rustle. It wasn't wind. It was a scream. So now the question is, who or what was making that sound? Was it something hiding deeper in the cave? Something not meant to be found? Or worse, something watching this person the entire time? While visiting Rio Claro in Brazil, a group of tourists caught something unsettling. A mysterious, shadowy figure resembling a person emerged from the water, only to vanish swiftly into the cascading waterfall. The eerie sight left the onlookers stunned. The tourist who captured the chilling moment on camera shared the footage on YouTube, sparking a wave of speculation. Many viewers are convinced it could be a ghost caught on film. While camping in the depths of Ottawa National Forest, a group of adventurers experienced a chilling encounter. Strange movements flickered through the shadows, and a mysterious figure lurked among the trees. At the time, they brushed it off as a passing animal, unable to make out its form in the darkness. But when they reviewed their footage later, their hearts pounded. What they captured on camera wasn't just an animal. It was just far more unsettling. Back in 2015, while exploring the historic Fort William Henry in Lake George, New York, someone casually snapped a photo of a pitch-black, narrow tunnel using just their iPhone. At first glance, it looked like nothing, just darkness. But once the photo was brightened, or viewed in negative, a chilling figure appeared to be standing in the shadows. According to local legend, back in the mid-1600s, 2 Native American warriors attacked that very tunnel, killing the guard who was stationed there. It's believed his grave rests just 20 feet beyond that spot, above ground. What makes this even creepier? The figure in the image closely resembles a 1600s-era soldier. Could it be the ghost of the fallen guard, still watching over his post centuries later? While hiking the Grand Canyon, this person made a chilling mistake that nearly cost him his life. Trying to see the perfect view from the edge, this person lost his footing, and in an instant, he plummeted nearly 100 feet down the canyon wall.
No native grass, girl.
Oh shit, is he okay? Wait. Dude. Oh no. Oh no.
Shit, man.
No.
Don't
look. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we told him to come back up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We need to call. You have your phone. Get your phone.
Helicopter is out. Here.
Can we call? Oh my gosh.
Dumbass.
Oh my god, baby girl.
Witnesses were left frozen in shock as they watched this person disappear over the edge. We just hope this person survives this terrifying fall, because that drop, it's no joke. In the fall of 2019, a Reddit user took their grandchild on what seemed like a calm, uneventful cave exploration in Arkansas. Just another peaceful day surrounded by nature's quiet. But everything changed once they got home. While flipping through the photos, the child froze, pointing to a shadowy corner of one image. There, partially hidden in the darkness, was what looked like the upper half of a humanoid figure. They hadn't seen or heard anything unusual during the trip, but now that ordinary adventure felt chillingly different. Was it just pareidolia playing tricks on their eyes, or was something down there with them that day? One night, Tom set out to investigate, armed with just a camera and a flashlight. At first, all he found was scattered trash, evidence of illegal dumping. But then something caught his eye. A pale humanoid figure lurked in the brush. As his flashlight beam landed on it, the creature reacted instantly, crawling toward him with unnatural speed. It was thin, unsettling. Something about it wasn't human. Fear took over. Tom bolted, his terror captured on camera, leaving many convinced he had encountered something beyond explanation. He never returned. Imagine arriving at a peaceful cabin in the woods, ready to unwind for a quiet weekend, only to have your heart nearly stop. Out of the trees emerges someone in a chilling clown costume, creeping toward you like a scene ripped straight from a horror film. Panic sets in, until you discover it's not some deranged stranger, but the owner of the cabin. Suddenly, the fear turns into a whole new kind of unease. Is that more comforting, or somehow even creepier? Knowing the owner casually strolls the woods dressed like that, would you still stay the night? Two wild campers set off into the heart of the Welsh wilderness, eager for an adventure in a remote, abandoned building, a place rumored to be haunted. After clearing out the cobwebs and tidying up the space, they began exploring its eerie corners, trying to shake off the unsettling atmosphere while casually chatting about the mysterious history of the place. But then, something happened.
Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Fucking mental.
Well stoked.
Yeah, it certainly is.
What was that?
Suddenly, a sound pierced the silence. They tried to carry on as if nothing had happened, but the strange noises continued, growing more intense.
Sorry.
No, there's my torch.
Right, let me get out there. Definitely, what the hell is that noise?
The air felt heavier, and a chill set in. Despite the growing unease, they decided to investigate, stepping into the darkness armed only with their torches. As they ventured outside, the eerie noises became louder, unnerving them even more.
No one there.
Bloody hell. What the freaking hell was that noise? Oh man, oh dude.
They returned downstairs, their nerves on edge. And that's when they noticed something that made their blood run cold, something they hadn't seen before. But before they could process what was happening, they both froze. Hanging in the doorway was something they couldn't explain. Still, despite the overwhelming fear, they pushed forward. But things were far from over. As the night stretched on, it only grew darker. The unsettling noises and chilling presence seemed relentless, and yet they made it through the night, though their minds would never quite let go of the haunting mystery of what exactly lurked in that remote building. What was the true story behind the strange happenings they witnessed? Was it just the wind, or something far more sinister? After settling into their new home deep in the woods, a couple couldn't shake the eerie feeling that they were being watched. To ease their minds, they set up a camera in their bedroom. But what they captured days later was chilling. A man standing just outside their window, fully illuminated by the parking lot lights, staring in like he belonged there. He didn't flinch, didn't move, just watched. The boyfriend went outside to confront him, but the man simply turned and walked away without a word. The next day, he showed up at their door with a strange calmness and apologized, but offered no real explanation. So, what do you even do when the person creeping around your window turns out to be your neighbor? A family booked what they thought was a quiet, peaceful Airbnb getaway. But as they settled in and walked through the living room, something immediately felt off. They spotted a strange, sealed window that looked into what appeared to be an underground chamber, completely hidden from the outside. Their curiosity got the better of them. While exploring further, they stumbled upon a trapdoor cleverly hidden beneath the rug in one of the bedrooms. It creaked open to reveal a pitch-black tunnel leading deep below the house. The walls were smeared with what looked disturbingly like dried blood, and halfway down the passage, they found a rusted, ancient-looking mask resting on the ground. As they pressed on, the air grew heavier. Eventually, they entered a dimly lit room, and there, motionless in the corner, stood a single mannequin. No explanation, no context, just watching. They immediately contacted the Airbnb owner, but here's the chilling part. No one ever heard back, no follow-up, no answers. just silence. During a family gathering, Stepanka was casually scrolling through her home's CCTV feed when something chilling caught her eye outside.
And I put it up on my Instagram and I was like, guys, like, what do you think this is? And everybody's like, that's a ghost, that's a ghost. But like, everyone's like, that's a full-on fucking apparition. That is like, that's not a blob. That's not a little light thing. It's a full apparition of a ghost. And I'm just like, right, it is. I'm not fucking crazy.
What she captured was haunting. A figure standing eerily still. Until, within seconds, it morphed into a floating, solid white form, ghostly and unmistakably out of place. Skeptical but intrigued, Stanka tried everything to recreate the scene under the same lighting and conditions. Nothing worked. To this day, the footage remains unexplained, and so does the ghostly figure that appeared that night. A Reddit user recently shared a spine-chilling experience from a remote cabin in the woods, and it's got people seriously creeped out. For almost a year, strange reddish footprints have been appearing on the garage ceiling. But here's the kicker. They're always from the right foot only, and they never stay in the same place. Every few days, the prints mysteriously vanish or reappear somewhere else. The user isn't the only one who's seen them. Friends have noticed the same eerie pattern. But things got even weirder when they looked at photos. Although all the pictures were taken on the same day, the prints appeared in different spots in each one. So what's going on here? Is someone playing the world's most dedicated prank? Or is this something far more unexplainable? Starry01 recently posted a chilling photo taken at the abandoned asylum in Fergus Falls, Minnesota, a place already infamous for its ghost stories. At first, the image seemed unremarkable, until they brightened it. That's when a pale, eerie hand appeared in the lower window. Some viewers even claimed they could make out a faint, shadowy figure lurking just behind it. Do you see it? One quiet morning, a homeowner in a remote area caught something chilling on camera, right outside their front door.
What the fuck is outside? What the fuck? Too scared to open my door.
Too afraid to open the door, they stared through the frosted glass. On the other side stood a small, unmoving figure, eerily still, like it was waiting. Even the dog sensed the danger, barking wildly at whatever was out there. But then, it didn't walk away. It didn't run. It simply disappeared, fading into thin air. Some think it was just a wild animal. Others aren't so sure. Whatever it was, it left behind more questions than answers. And one terrified homeowner. Cody had lived on his property for 22 years when he discovered a strange, dead patch of grass that sank under his mower.
It's dead. When I drove over it, it kind of sank. And I came over here with the shovel and tapped on it. Let me get a little closer. It's some kind of door. I've been here 22 years and this has never been here before. So I really don't know what to think about it. But
Curious, he dug into it and found a hidden door leading to a deep water-filled hole, possibly an old well or storm cellar. Using a 15-foot conduit stick, he couldn't touch the bottom. That night, strange noises came from beneath his house. When he investigated with a camera, what he recorded was not just eerie, it was terrifying. A group of friends had rented a remote cabin deep in the Appalachian mountains for a peaceful weekend getaway. Surrounded by endless shadowy woods, the spot felt like a perfect escape. One night, as they soaked in the hot tub beneath a glowing moon, a low, thunderous sound echoed from somewhere deep in the forest.
Yeah, that was a car, that was a car. Who's the aliens, bro? I think it's a train.
que ¿por qué suena así a la verga?
But that's just scary. Okay, do you guys want to go inside?
No. Es que dicen que no va a pasar nada, pero...
I'm recording this shit, bro.
But the music and laughter quickly faded into nervous silence. Something about that sound wasn't right. Unbeknownst to them, the Appalachian woods have a long, chilling history. Mysterious vanishings, strange figures spotted between the trees, stories that locals don't like to tell after dark. Thankfully, the group left the hot tub and returned inside without incident. But that night, it still haunts their memories. A man set out to explore a series of cabins deep in the woods, rumored to be abandoned. Everything was quiet, almost too quiet, until something shifted behind one of the upper windows.
Yo. You see movement then?
Yeah.
Move the light. Yo. The fuck is that? Yo.
At first glance, there was nothing. But as their flashlights moved away, a pale figure briefly peeked out from behind a curtain. At first, he brushed it off, thinking it was just a squatter. But later, when he reviewed the footage, chills ran down his spine. The figure had no face. Its skin was unnaturally pale, like it hadn't seen sunlight in years. That was all he needed to see. He didn't wait around for a second encounter. Whatever was inside that cabin wasn't human. A Reddit user recently shared a seemingly innocent Polaroid photo snapped by his son, a casual moment captured of him and his wife during a weekend getaway years ago. But when the image finished developing, something unsettling caught their eye. In the window behind them, a blurry shape appeared, and it looked eerily like a face staring straight in. Some dismissed it as pareidolia, our brains trying to find familiar patterns in chaos. Others were convinced it could have been a person, or maybe even an animal. The majority chalked it up to a dirty window reflecting the flash just right. Still, no matter how many logical explanations were thrown around, that face in the window left a chill that no one could quite shake. This man was out of town when he got a Ring camera alert from his remote cabin, and what he saw was chilling. The footage captured a mysterious figure aimlessly roaming through his backyard. But it wasn't just the presence of the disturbing person, it was the way they moved. Slow, erratic, almost like they were lost or hunting. The homeowner noted that the area has a history of drug activity, which might explain the behavior, but that only makes it more unsettling. Imagine someone like that lurking around your property when you're not there to stop them. This eerie video, reportedly filmed in an abandoned hospital in Honduras, recently resurfaced on Reddit, reigniting a chilling mystery that's haunted the internet for years. According to locals, the room in question was once an emergency operating room, and some believe it's now haunted by the spirit of a surgeon who died there, either from a sudden heart attack or, as some whisper, by his hand. The footage has sparked heated debate. Is it a ghost, clever CGI, or just someone messing around? Whatever the explanation, even the skeptics agree. There's something deeply unsettling about the way it moves. While checking his cabin's attic for damage after a recent hurricane, he snapped a quick photo. Just a routine inspection. At the time, everything looked fine. No leaks, no holes. But months later, while casually scrolling through those old photos with his girlfriend, they noticed something chilling. A dark, shadowy figure with glowing eyes staring back at them from the attic. He swore he'd never heard any strange noises up there. No rustling, no scratching, nothing that would suggest raccoons or other animals. So what was it? A trick of the light? A small, unseen creature? Or something far more unsettling? A warning to get out while he still could. This eerie security camera footage, taken at a secluded home late at night, shows something truly bizarre. A faint, transparent figure drifts across the property, almost like a ghostly presence caught on tape. There's no backstory, no follow-up, and no clear explanation. Was it just a reflection? A camera malfunction? Or did something from the other side slip through unnoticed? The mystery lingers. While hiking through the remote wilderness of Norway, a man stumbled upon something chilling. An old, abandoned house hidden deep in the forest. Curious, he stepped inside and was shocked to find the place still had electricity. As he ventured deeper into the dark, eerie rooms, things took a terrifying turn. Out of nowhere, a strange, shadowy creature locked eyes with him. Frozen in fear, the man panicked, lost his footing, and tumbled down the stairs. The footage cuts off suddenly, leaving behind an unsettling mystery. Was it something paranormal, or is there a more logical explanation? While browsing through old photos from a nighttime trip to an abandoned building, a Reddit user stumbled upon something truly chilling. One eerie shot captured a decaying room in disarray, with a single window at its center. But when he looked closer, his blood ran cold, and a ghostly face was faintly visible in the glass, staring straight at the camera. The user swore he was completely alone that night. Some viewers were haunted by the sinister grin on the figure's face, while skeptics brushed it off as pareidolia. Still, the face looks far too real to be a trick of the mind. A woman was walking home late one night when she decided to rest on a bench for just a moment. But within 2 minutes, her peaceful pause turned chilling.
Настя, я боюсь. Настя, я боюсь. Да видно, посмотри, там видно. Слышишь ты, сука? Я сейчас тебя так пиздану, ты охуеешь.
Out of the corner of her eye, she spotted something or someone. A masked figure, barely visible, lurks silently behind a tree. The camera trembled as fear took hold. She wanted to run, but her body wouldn't move. Was this just a twisted prank, or something far more sinister? One thing was certain: if she hadn't seen him when she did, this story might have had a very different ending. While hiking deep into a remote forest trail, this person stumbled upon something that sent chills down their spine. Hidden between the thick branches and old moss-covered bark was a face carved into the trunk of a tree. It wasn't just some rough sketch either. The expression was haunting, almost too human, as if it were watching. This person stood frozen. Why would someone do that? Was it a warning? A ritual? Or maybe someone or something wanted to be remembered. Whatever the reason, the deeper you look into that carved face, the more it feels like the forest is looking back at you. 3 years ago, someone was jolted from their evening routine by a blood-curdling scream outside their home. It wasn't just a sound, it was a raw, chilling cry that echoed from deep within the woods, right near a steep drop overlooking the highway with a cemetery eerily close by. It sounded like a woman, terrified and desperate. But then again, Maybe it was just some wild animal, right? Unnerved, they recorded the moment and called the police, even sent in the footage. But nothing came of it. No follow-up, no missing person reports, no answers. And yet, that scream, it never left them. They never heard it again, before or since. Wildlife doesn't cry like that. At least it shouldn't. In June 2025, near Enderland, North Dakota, a local caught jaw-dropping footage of the sky turning into a giant, swirling mesocyclone, just moments away from forming a full-blown tornado.
Oh my god.
The cloud formation crept across the sky like a living, breathing beast. Immense, hauntingly beautiful, and downright terrifying. It moved slowly, but its power was undeniable. Honestly, it's the kind of thing you film once from a safe distance and then run. While hiking near the railroad tracks in Mission Park, San Antonio, a man snapped a quick photo, but what he saw later left him speechless. When he reviewed the image, two mysterious figures appeared in the distance, standing eerily still. Locals have long whispered tales of ghostly children who push stalled cars off the tracks, but this was something entirely different. Confused and unsettled, unsure if he'd captured a trick of the light or something truly supernatural, he posted the photo online, and the internet hasn't stopped talking about it since. 6 years ago, a Reddit user ventured deep into the countryside to explore an old, crumbling farmhouse, one that locals whispered about with unease. They said the owner had died inside nearly 30 years earlier, and judging by the state of the place, time hadn't been kind. The floors were collapsing, and the stairs to both the basement and upper level had completely vanished. Nature had swallowed the house. Thick trees and tangled bushes made just reaching a door feel like navigating a jungle. Still, he found a narrow opening and slipped inside, thinking he was alone. He wasn't. Inside, every window was boarded up, and the main door was sealed tight. Then, echoing through the empty shell of the house, came a voice.
Looks like all the windows have been boarded up, especially the door out. You've got to be fucking shitting me. Thing is, I was coming here to do a stupid fucking video. I don't actually want to fucking die. I might have just been a fucking...
He'd explored countless abandoned places before, but this one felt different, wrong. He couldn't shake the feeling that something else was there, watching. A bizarre video has been circulating lately, leaving viewers stunned. In it, a glowing orange orb shoots out from the edge of a forest, hovers for just a moment, then streaks toward a parked car and explodes on impact. The blast is intense, almost too real. Naturally, theories are flying. Some insist it's ball lightning, that rare and unpredictable weather event known to flicker, float, and sometimes violently detonate during storms. But here's the strange part. The orb didn't just drift, it targeted the car with eerie precision. That's why others believe we may have just witnessed a test run of advanced secret technology, possibly even a directed energy weapon. Is it natural, man-made, or something else entirely? No one knows for sure. Lucas and his friend Gavin were hiking through the quiet woods of rural Pennsylvania when an overpowering stench suddenly filled the air. Expecting to stumble upon a decaying animal, Lucas instinctively pulled out his phone. Peering through the dense trees, Lucas spotted a massive, crouched figure. It had the shape of an ape, but the unsettling movements of a man. Heart pounding, he snapped a photo and hit record just as the creature stood and disappeared deeper into the forest. Neither of them could speak. Frozen with fear, they knew they had just seen something unexplainable. To this day, Lucas is certain of one thing. Whatever it wasn't human. While hiking in the forest, this person and their family noticed something strange. This person kept hearing twigs snap behind them. At first, they thought it was just the wind, until this person turned around and spotted a massive bear slowly stalking them from a distance. The bear wasn't charging or growling, it was just silently following, step by step, shadowing their every move through the dense trees. As tension rose, this person tried to stay calm, urging the family to keep moving without running. The bear kept closing the gap, clearly curious or sizing them up. It felt like something straight out of a horror movie, except this was real. But after what felt like forever, the bear finally lost interest and wandered off into the woods, leaving this person and their family completely shaken, but thankfully unharmed. Around June 14, 2025, in Bridgeport, West Virginia, two men stumbled upon something in the sky that left them speechless.
I look like it. Hey, what is that, bro? Dude, I don't know about a cell phone tower, Monk. Monk? I don't think it's a cell phone tower, bro. Dude, I have never in my life seen anything do what it's doing. Wait, you should come look at my phone. I can't stop this. I've never seen any cell phone tower do what this is doing. You sure, bro? That is a spaceship. Wait till you see this shit. Because if that's a cell, then where's the other one at? No, the cell phone towers are over there on that side, down to that end. Yeah, those are cell phone towers. What the fuck is that?
He held up his phone, recording the bizarre structure seemingly hovering in place. What they captured has sparked wild speculation. Was it just a cleverly designed drone? Or did they accidentally record a real UFO that night, something truly out of this world? While camping in Texas, a family decided to check out a nearby haunted house, one that already had a dark reputation after someone reportedly died there years ago. Sitting safely in their car, they watched the eerie, abandoned structure. But then, something chilling happened. They caught this on camera.
It's gonna go in your house. The OS paranormal activity is gonna do so. That's fake. But it can't come in our
Whoa!
Out of nowhere, what appears to be a small hand reaches out from the window. Locals say ghostly figures of children are often seen peering from the windows and lurking near the doors of this house, fueling the belief that it's truly haunted. While a man was carefully cutting through the base of a massive tree with a chainsaw, Everything seemed routine until the final slice brought the trunk crashing down. And then came the shock.
Watch out, Zach. It's going to spin over.
There's the doggy.
How
was that ride?
That's a first. Said, Dad, I didn't get the squirrel.
What happened to the squirrel, baby?
The squirrel got away.
As the dust settled and the tree hit the ground, out popped something no one expected. A dog. That's right. A dog came trotting out from inside the hollow trunk like it had just ridden a roller coaster. It turns out the dog had chased a squirrel and somehow climbed into a hidden cavity high up in the tree. By some miracle, it survived the whole ordeal without a scratch. Still, the dog? Fine. Just a little confused and probably ready to try again. Back in 2017, a cyclist was documenting his ride through a thick, shadowy forest when he stumbled upon something straight out of a nightmare. Standing dead center in the trail was a clown, completely still, silently staring into the void. At first, the cyclist was intrigued, maybe even tempted to ride closer, thinking it was just some kind of prop or abandoned doll. But as he inched forward, a chilling feeling crept in. Something was off, very off. Without hesitation, he turned around and got out of there. I mean, who in their right mind stands motionless in the middle of the woods in a clown suit, staring into nothing? On June 14th, something bizarre unfolded at Pacific City Beach in Oregon. A witness reported seeing a massive drone flying unusually low over the ocean, far larger than your average drone, and carrying something even stranger. A huge, unidentified object dangling beneath it. Then, in one swift move, the drone dropped the object into the water and vanished into the sky. The witness snapped a photo, but the object's shape remains a mystery. No limbs, no clear features, yet it was eerily human-sized. Now, the internet is buzzing with speculation. What exactly was so important or so secret that it had to be dropped into the ocean from a drone? On June 9th, 2025, in the quiet deserts of Arizona, a woman set out to record a peaceful sunset. But what her camera captured was far from peaceful or explainable.
Right there.
Hovering in the sky was a bizarre, human-like figure. It wasn't a bird, it wasn't a drone, and it wasn't a trick of the light. While skeptics rushed to call it a glitch or a hoax, something strange happened in the comments. Dozens of people claimed they had seen the same thing. Coincidence? Or something much bigger? While away on vacation, a homeowner casually checked the live feed from his backdoor camera. But then he paused. In one frame, something felt off. There, crouched low and staring directly into the lens, was a dark, shadowy figure. Its posture didn't look human or animal, and the eyes? They glowed in a way that sent chills down his spine. Some quickly dismissed it as a stray dog caught at the perfect angle, but others? They aren't so sure. Was it just a dog, or did something else wander into that yard? While hiking through the misty trails of the Pacific Northwest, a Reddit user caught sight of something moving in the woods. His jaw dropped. Standing upright, covered in black fur, was a massive ape-like figure, unlike anything native to the area. It didn't match any known animal, but it did bear an eerie resemblance to a legendary creature whispered about for generations. Could this be the moment someone finally captured Bigfoot on camera? While fishing in Brazil, a group of fishermen came across something truly bizarre, something they'd never seen before. At first glance, they assumed it was just some trash, maybe scraps of fabric or floating plastic. But then it moved. One of the fishermen reached in and pulled out one of the strange creatures. What he held looked eerily like a bat, but far more unsettling. So what do you think? Did they discover something real, or is this just another internet hoax?